Okay, everybody, if you missed today's lesson or just need a quick refresher for the ALEKS assignment, writing and solving equations, I decided to go ahead and make our tutorial video as we normally do. I'm probably going to look a little funny sometimes because I'll be working on my second monitor. So if you see me kind of looking over here and not at the camera, just trying to make sure I can see what I was doing. So we're going to look at this first problem. This is question 1 from this ALEKS assignment. I'm going to do questions 1, 3, 5, and 9. You are going to want to make sure that you have these formulas down. And if you don't have a notebook or at least scrap paper, a pencil, and a calculator, you're going to want to get that. I'll wait for you to get that. Okay, I'm sure you're back by now. So let's go ahead and take a look at problem 1. All right, problem 1. The perimeter of a rectangular parking lot is 364 meters. If the length of the parking lot is 96 meters, what is the width? So to do this one, I'm going to be using my perimeter formula, which is perimeter is equal to 2 times your length plus 2 times your width. So what I'm going to do is go back into the equation. I'm going to make sure I know what I have. I know I have the perimeter and I know I have the length. So what I'm going to do when I want to go solve this equation is I'm going to substitute 364 in for the perimeter and I'm going to substitute 96 in for the length. So I'm going to do that, and I'll do it in blue. So make sure I have this. 364 is equal to 2 times the length, which is, again, sometimes you just got to bring this back up, 96. 2 times 96 plus 2w. And then we're just going to solve the equation like normal. So just 364 is equal to 2 times 96. I'm going to use a calculator because I always feel like you should use those to save the right time and get the right answers. 192 plus 2w. And then I would subtract 192 from both sides. That's going to give me 172 is equal to 2w. And then w is going to equal, after I divide both sides by 2, 172 divided by 2 is going to be 172 by 2. That is 86. So there is part 1 of the equation. I have a width of 86 meters. Now, in this one, here you have the area. So you're going to use this formula, area, length times width, to solve this question. So the area of a rectangular pool is 5,292 meters squared. If the width of the pool is 63 meters, what is the length? So again, I need to substitute 5,292 in for area and width 63. So I'll do that one in a different color so that you know I'm talking about this one. So here we have area. So I'll do that in green. Do it off to the right here. And that is 5,292, and 63 is the width. So 5,292 is equal to 63 times the length. So 63 times your length, L. And then this one is very simple. All you have to do is divide both sides by 63. And that leaves you with L here, and then 5,292 divided by 63. 5,292 divided by 63 is equal to 84. So 84. And then again, always check your answer with ALEKS. Make sure you've done it right. And that is correct. Okay, number 3. And while number 3 loads, I'm going to erase my board real quick. You're still going to need the formulas, though, so you're going to want to keep those up and written down. All right, question 3. Question 3. The length of a rectangle is 3 feet longer than its width. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 70 feet, find the length and the width. So again, here, I'm going to want to make sure that I am using my perimeter formula because that's what they've given me is the perimeter, right? So come back up here. And again, so now here's the difference with this one, right? I know that the length is 3 feet longer than the width. So what I really know is that L is equal to the width W plus 3. Now, why is that important? Well, here's the deal. If I was to try to substitute, and I know that perimeter is equal to 2L plus 2W, right? And if I want to start trying to solve this equation, if I don't keep that length is equal, if I don't do this first part, the length of the rectangle is 3 feet longer than the width. If I don't have that, I'm not going to be able to solve it. Because when I go to build the equation, all I'm going to have is 70 is equal to 2L plus 2W. I can't do anything with that. I can't solve that equation. There's nothing I can do. I have two different variables. In order to solve it, I have to have one variable in the whole thing. So in this case, I'm going to have all W's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I know about the length, is that whatever my length is, I take the width and add 3. And that is equal to my length. So I'm going to take this and put it right into the equation for L. So wherever L is in the equation, I'm going to put W plus 3. So then my equation actually turns out to be 70 is equal to 2 times W plus 3 plus 2W. And then it's just distribution all over again. You multiply 2 times W, 2 times 3. So 70 equals 2W plus 6 plus 2W. And then remember, these are like terms, 2W and 2W, so you could add those together. 70 is equal to 4W plus 6. Then I'm going to solve. Since this is a positive 6, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. It's going to give me 64 is equal to 4W. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And 64 divided by 4 is 16. So 16 equals W. And now, since I have that, so I know the width is 16. Now to find the length, it's very easy. All I have to do is take the width and add 3. So the length is equal to, here's the width, 16, plus 3. And that means the length is equal to 19. So I'll put that into there. And if I've done that right, I can check it. And I'm correct. Okay. 5 is where things are a little bit different, and we're no longer going to need the area and perimeter, okay? So we don't need that anymore, but I'll just go ahead and leave those up there. No harm, no foul, right? In 5, 6, 7, and 8, you're going to be asked to write an equation based upon the sentence, okay? So I'm going to take that sentence, and I'm going to translate it to an equation. And in order to get good at equation solving, you actually need to be able to read the numbers and speak it in the words that are on the screen right here. Okay, that's actually the key. So here I have 3 times the sum of a number and 2 is 6. Use the variable x for the unknown number. All right, couple key things. When you see the word times, you are going to times. That means multiply. Sum, add, a number, that's your variable. And then when they see the word is, that translates to the total. Okay. The number that comes after is what goes after the equal sign. So as I look at this equation, 3 times the sum of a number and 2 is 6. Oh, I already gave you that answer. Let's try it again. All right, here we go. This is different now. Let me try this one. Okay, so this is twice the difference of a number and 8 equals 6. So difference, that one's another one. Is subtract. So now I'm just going to build this equation. Twice the difference of a number and 8 equals 6 equals, again. So what I'm going to have is this. So twice the difference of a number and 8 equals 6. So after the equal sign, I'm going to put the 6. That's just the easiest thing to do. A number, that's my variable. And they told me I have to use B for the variable. I know difference is going to be subtract a number and 8. So I need to do the difference of a number and 8. So it would be a number, b minus 8, 2. Twice the difference of a number and 8. That's key. A number and 8 means a number comes first, and 8 equals 6. And so let me just double check that. I have b correct. Okay. So then I'm going to enter this as 2. And then the parentheses, b minus 8. Close those down. Equals 6. And I check. And we're good there. And then the last one we're going to do is number 9. And number 9, these look like they're more difficult. They're actually easier than probably what you did in problem number 5. So let's go ahead and look at number 9. And number 9, we have Caitlin has a part-time job and gets paid the same amount each hour. For each hour she works, she puts $3 aside for her mom. Caitlin works 5 hours a day, and the total amount she keeps each day is $45. How much does she get paid each hour? All right. So for this one, here's what I'm going to tell you. The first thing you want to do is you're going to write this equation that could be used to answer it. You need to choose the appropriate form, meaning are we adding or subtracting? Then from there, we're going to put it in order. Now, here's what we know, right? Each day, she takes 40, or the first thing I'm going to look at is adding or subtracting. Well, it says she puts $3 aside for her mom. Well, if she's putting money aside from whatever she makes, she's getting rid of that. So that's subtract. So I'm going to subtract based upon that. Next, I know that she goes home with $45. That's what's in after the equal sign. Then from there, I know she puts aside 3. So whatever her hourly rate is, she subtracts 3. And then she does that 5 times. So 5 times she does that. So there's 5. So there's my equation, and that's how I build it. I knew I was subtracting because she's setting it aside. I know it has to equal 45. How much is she setting aside is 3, and she does 5 days. So it's multiply and subtract. From there, it's the simple distribution property, and we go from there. So we have 5 times h minus 3 equals 45. 5h minus 5 times 3, 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. Oops, I don't know why I did that. And then from there, I simply have 45. And then I'm going to add 15 to both sides. That's going to give me 0. Redistribute the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 60. 5 times their hourly rate is 60. And I divide both sides by 5. And h is equal to 60 divided by 5, which I believe is 12. But just to double check, make sure 60 divided by 5 is 12. And put that in for your second answer. And that would be how you'll solve 9 and 10 from there. Okay, so boom, had those both correct. And then lastly, for anybody that wasn't in there, when you log into Google Classroom from now on, I'm going to start updating what assignments are due which day. And the only thing you'll need to do, I'll just pick my homeroom for starters. You can see this. These assignments are due. It tells you what day. You just open it. Then you have the instructions here. You just click on that Google form, and then all you need to do is type in your name. Writing and solving equations is complete. Click yes, then give me your score. Okay, and then I can enter all that into Infinite Campus, and grades will be up to date. So that's everything for today. If you don't have anything else, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Watch it, pause it, do whatever you need to do, come back, and these assignments are due by Wednesday. Have a good one. Thanks.